Neither can live while the other survives. Harry Potter fans, you remember that prophecy from the books. Now, I'm not saying that either Ten Hag or Ronaldo has to die. Just to get that clear here, but the concept overall exists here. Ten Hag and Ronaldo, they both can't coexist at Manchester United anymore. One of them has to leave the club, and you know full well who that person should be. And in this video, I want to run through and why an important point I need to make about the Glazers, who Cristiano was right to criticise them. Of course he was. And to call out the fact that they do only make marketing decisions for the club. But this is a situation where they have to make the right sporting decision and back Erik Ten Hag. And I want to explain my logic and my reasoning in this video. So please watch it before you comment, because it's a delicate situation and I want to try and express myself. Look, Alex Shaw from ESPN tweeted this morning. He said this: Ten Hag was only backed by the Glazers in the final weeks of the summer following a disastrous start to the season. He's told United that Ronaldo has to be axed. They need to back him properly now or things will disintegrate. And that's come off the back of a quote from Ronaldo, which you can't go back on. I don't have any respect for Erik Ten Hag. Ronaldo saying he does not respect the current manager. The relationship is gone. And this is a manager who, as I said, Andy Mitten was speaking on Sky Sports. And Ronaldo's used the word betrayed. I don't think he's been betrayed. And I think he's been fairly treated. Just like everybody else. Garnacho, his attitude was questioned because of maybe because of being late in pre-season. He had to wait for his opportunities. Maguire was given the captain's armband. He was dropped straight away. McTominay was there for a few games. Had a bad game. Out you go. Malacia, a good few games. A bad couple of games. Out you go. Everybody, no matter what the age or the quality of the player, has been treated the same. And Ronaldo falls into that category. But after saying that he doesn't have any respect for Ten Hag, that relationship is gone. And now Rob Dawson from ESPN is saying this, that Cristiano Ronaldo shouldn't play for Manchester United again, says Erik Ten Hag. And he's quoting his own sources. I'm going to run through this article and then I'm going to discuss it within the comments because there's something we really have to discuss. Ten Hag has told United bosses that Ronaldo should not play for the club again. Ten Hag held a meeting with Joel Glazer, Richard Arnold and John Murtough on Monday to discuss that. Ten Hag, who's not in Manchester but delayed the start of a family holiday to deal with it, believes Ronaldo has gone too far in his criticism of the club and the fact that he doesn't respect Ten Hag. United found out about the interview basically when we found out about it. And down there, sources have told ESPN a number of senior players are furious at the timing of it. And we go down here as well. Sources have told ESPN that Ten Hag is still of the opinion that a fit Ronaldo could help his team. But he has told the club bosses he is not willing to sacrifice the unity within the squad to accommodate him and wants him to go even if Manchester United don't replace him in January. And we find ourselves at a crossroads here where it's Ten Hag or Ronaldo, because there's no way that Man United can move forward with Ronaldo in this team if Ten Hag is manager, and vice versa. And going back to a famous quote that Fergie said back in his autobiography, he was talking about the exit of David Beckham from the club, and he said, look, the minute a Manchester United player thought he was bigger than the manager, he had to go. And it's a mantra that has been maybe at the core of Manchester United fans for a long time, but we've lost that. Player power's taken over at the club. Now, some of what Ronaldo said has value, and he's right to criticise the fact that there are no investments happening in Manchester United's training ground. It needs to change. He's right to call out the Glazers for not caring about the club. He's right to call out the fact that they do only make marketing decisions. And he's right to reveal that their communication has been abysmal. And this is where we're at a crossroads, because if you're looking at the 17 years of ownership of the Glazers at Manchester United, they do not make sporting decisions for the sporting integrity of Manchester United. They make decisions based on brand value. They make decisions based on the fact that they want to make more money. And it's been why the 58 are doing what they are doing. It's been why the green and gold movement was established back in 2005, before they even took over. The protests have existed since then, and the debt that they leveraged onto the club. But remember this. When this happened, of course, after they tried to get into the Super League, and it didn't work, and Joel Glazer, by the way, who was co-chairman of that bloody ESL when it was launched, and they promised so many things, and they've done nothing since. Now, when Ronaldo came back to the club in the first place, you have to remember this, and you have to know this. This was the case at the time, and it's not a case of Captain Hindsight saying this. Ronaldo coming back to Manchester United was done from a purely marketing perspective. It was done because the Glazers saw an opportunity to get Ronaldo. The Glazers saw an opportunity to stop Ronaldo going to City. He was never part of any long-term plan. Solskjaer didn't know what to do with him. Tactically, we were all at sea after Ronaldo arrived. He got plenty of goals, yes, but our team was not complete enough to get the most out of that, because Ronaldo is a goal scorer and a goal scorer alone, and that's what's made him the greatest goal scorer of all time. But if you drop him into a team which isn't complete enough, tactically, you're going to find yourself having weaknesses. And Ronaldo was brought back from a purely marketing perspective. It wasn't a sporting decision. No long-term plan involved Ronaldo and him being there. It was an opportunity that the club took, and it was an opportunity which eventually, now it's come full circle, is going to make the Glazers make a genuine sporting decision. At least I hope so. And I'll be honest, there's part of me that's just that niggle at the back of your mind going, the Glazers really going to do this? They really going to make a sporting decision for the benefit of the club? For the benefit of the manager? And everything, it feels like a rhetorical question to me, Ten Hag or Ronaldo. It's a rhetorical question. Of course, you're backing Ten Hag. You're supporting Ten Hag. Therefore, Ronaldo's got to go. It's something that Ronaldo feels as well. Clearly, he's trying to get himself sacked. But I just can't help but have a little bit of fear at the back of my mind that the Glazers, they'll still support Cristiano Ronaldo. They won't want to terminate his contract. They won't want to lose the brand value of having Ronaldo at United. But this is the time where a sporting decision, for me, it feels like the decision has been taken away from the Glazers and they don't really have a choice. And if they did have a choice, they'd probably dig their heels in. But what Ten Hag is doing outside of the whole Ronaldo situation and what he said, what Ten Hag is doing himself and what he has done, it warrants backing. Speaking after the game against Fulham on the weekend, said, look, something's arising at this club. Squad's being created. A squad that wants to fight for each other. And Ten Hag is the architect of that. Is the architect of the beginnings of this turnaround. We're still, what are we? 30, 35% along the process from where we were under Rangnick and Solskjaer to where Ten Hag wants us to be. That game against Spurs being the blueprint. There's still a long way to go. A long, long way to go. But this decision here has to be made to support him. And this is what I mean about supporting a manager. Supporting a manager isn't just about giving him a ton of money in the transfer market. It's about backing him, backing his decisions, and backing his process, and facilitating that through how the club is run and operated. And that's what this Ronaldo situation is. Because the Glazers, they won't want to get rid of Ronaldo from a marketing perspective. No matter how much damage he has done, no matter how many outrageous things he says, even though the fact that he's completely said, I don't respect the manager, the Glazers will still be looking at this going, you know what? Do we really still want to get rid of Ronaldo? It's Ronaldo. Those conversations are going to be had. Those conversations are still going on. And this is why we need to get the Glazers out of our club. Because that, you know, in the same way I've described as Manchester United as a club, on the pitch anyway, we're moving in the right direction. Everyone's heading in that way. But Ronaldo's the anchor that's holding us back. The exact same thing goes for the overall structure of our football club. Ten Hag and this team are moving in the right direction. And the Glazers are just putting us back a little bit. But this might finally be the time when an actual sporting decision is made at Manchester United that helps and benefits the team and the squad and the manager first and foremost. I hope it's the case. I personally think it's a rhetorical question. I don't think there is a choice to be made. And I think it's kind of been taken out of taken out of the Glazers' hands, which is a good thing, because I think if the Glazers still had the opportunity to keep Ronaldo here, I think they would try. I really do. But that interview was so explosive, so outrageous, and so disrespectful that I don't particularly think they've got a choice. But I wanted to do this video on it because I think, as I said, if Ronaldo leaves, it's going to be one of the first sporting decisions that have been made for a long old time in support of the manager. And I wanted to know your opinion on that. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. And I just hope that this week's going to be all about Ronaldo. Okay, that's because the football stopped. World Cup's not started yet. The Ronaldo interviews come out, and Piers Morgan's drip feeding it to us, arsehole. So because of that, the story's going to continue developing, and I just hope that we'll be able to, at the end of it, it doesn't involve Ronaldo being a Manchester United player anymore. That Ten Hag is backed and supported, and that we can move on as a football club after a correct sporting decision. I really, really hope so.